So many people think that Canada is boring, and they're absolutely right. And here's why. The chief public health officer in Canada, Dr. Theresa Tam, is telling people that when you have sex during the pandemic, you should wear a mask. This is what she says. She says, sexual health is an important part of our overall health. However, sex can be complicated in the time of COVID-19. The lowest risk sexual activity during COVID-19 involves yourself alone. So that's like a new meaning to the word lockdown, right? Basically now you're supposed to have sex by yourself to keep safe. By the way, that's always true. It's always safest to have sex with yourself. Not in my case because I get violent, but in most people's cases. She says, if you're going to engage in an in-person sexual encounter, avoid face-to-face contact or closeness. Current evidence indicates there's very low likelihood of contracting the novel coronavirus through sexual fluids. However, even if the people involved do not have symptoms, sexual activity with new partners does increase your risk of getting or passing COVID-19 through close contact like kissing. Sex should be avoided if either person has symptoms, but the other thing to do is to wear a mask. By taking these precautions, staying conscious of the risks we assume, Canadians can find ways to enjoy physical intimacy. Now, listen, I'm not against this. I've been wearing a mask during sex for years. You all saw Pulp Fiction. I love that. And, I absolutely recommend that you put on that leather thing. And, and a ball gag, of course, will keep the germs from flowing and will keep your partner from screaming, especially if you tie them up. And that's also very helpful. Then if you tie them up, they can't hurt you in other ways, like having their arms flail or anything like that. So it really is important to, just really be incredibly safe, tying up gags, masks. Some people just want to move on from that to, locking people up. And if you whip them, sometimes that keeps the virus away. You do want to be careful if they wear the mask of Mulan, because that is one of the symptoms of the Chinese flu. And also having a Chinese accent is difficult when you hear them start to speak in Chinese. Those are the things you want to look for. This is the creepiest story I can imagine. It is so creepy to have this woman telling us how we should have sex. Let me tell you how to stay safe when you're having sex during a pandemic or anytime. Have sex with your spouse. Have sex with your spouse. That is going to keep you really safe. That is one of the things you can do. And by the way, if your spouse gets the Chinese flu, you're going to get it anyway, so it's not increasing your risk to have sex with your spouse. That is a really good way to keep safe, not just during the pandemic, but during any time. What a creepy little person this is. Why is she even thinking about my sex life? However, I do like the leather mask.